Born Primitive Outdoor is proud to partner with Montana Knife Company, Marsupial Gear, Evolution Outdoors, Sheep Feet, and Capture Gear. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks to our sponsors. Welcome back to the Born Primitive Outdoor podcast. I've got two very good friends. That's Cody Greenwood and Chris Parrino, two of the most solid dudes you could ever meet. In the middle, if you can't tell, Chris is a senior of the group. And on the left, you've got Cody Greenwood. But I've known Cody and Chris for quite some time. Both of them are pretty damn accomplished in their own rights in traditional archery. Chris definitely has got a higher level of killing skill than Cody, and Cody has definitely higher technical.
Did you hear that, Cody?
Chris.
Yeah. I said times 300. I heard. He hasn't got to the mathematics and spelling yet.
No, technically, like as far as technology goes, Chris is like a level 1.5 and Cody's a 10.
I told you, getting him on this podcast would be like playing operations with Helen Keller. It's going to be tough.
Well, we got him. So, anybody listening, I've had both these guys on the podcast before, one or another of the different podcasts I've done. But Chris, introduce yourself. I just had Cody on, and I had an overwhelming amount of people wanting me to get both of you chuckleheads on. So, Chris, introduce yourself.
I am 58 years old, trying to just live out the rest of my life without having Cody freaking bust my freaking chops every day.
Where are you calling in from? Is that your private whitetail ranch and cabin?
No, man, it's a homeless joint up in the sticks.
He's at his private ranch. His private whitetail ranch.
What'd you do, Did you just get up from your nap or what?
Yeah. I've been at it all day.
He's been fishing, you've been napping, I've been working. What?
Well, you know what? We all had life choices, and we got to deal with the ones that. So, Chris, because he's not very good at this, Chris is a plumber. He owns his own business. He's also an amazing traditional archer. So, Chris, how long have you been plumbing for?
Probably as long as I've been shooting a traditional bow. Since like 88, I think. Probably 88, 89. I think I got my license.
So
not as long as Cody's been teaching at Yale.
Yeah.
Tomato. No. Oh. So it's gonna be hard to herd these cats today. So
you can take your hat on and off, and it doesn't change your hair.
Yeah, what do you got? Moose Slick, or what is that?
Yeah,
Slick Grays, or what's that product?
Slick Dicks.
Johnny, I grabbed this because I knew it'd come up. I don't have it in my hair now, but it's Johnny Slick. It's amazing. You know, Chris, pull your hat off.
Oh, it's slick.
Yeah. It's bald as a baby's ass, right? You don't need any product. You need.
I need product. I need some more product.
Yeah, you need product. Yeah.
That's why I wear the hat to turn it all down.
Yeah, no, it's
that looks nice.
If I'm not careful, I'll get a Superman curl that'll pop down. I got to worry about that. But okay, so serious though. So Chris, you've been plumbing what, 18, 19, 20? You started in the trade?
88, so that's probably 30 years. Yeah, I've been plumbing for a while. Since go ahead.
Since you could jerk off, basically, or a little after that. Give or take. And then, so Cody, with what you do, I just actually tried to explain this to my ex-wife. We went fishing this afternoon. And I gave her kind of an example, but I don't think I did a great job. As far as your normal job, Cody, like all seriousness, explain kind of what you do, other than just make businesses more efficient. But how's that work?
The best way to explain it to people, if they've seen the movie, is to say, have you ever watched Moneyball? And most people have read the book or watch the movie
You're
Money.
the fat kid?
I'm not the good-looking guy. Yeah.
Okay, you're the fat kid that's like, because he gets on base. You're that guy?
Yeah. He figured out that on-base percentage was the key metric to winning teams. So the best. Hold on, Chris, calm down. So the best way to describe it is that, but you're going into businesses, you're identifying where they're taking financial losses, and you're helping them understand what's driving it, and you're resolving the problem. It's basic operations. So I've worked in supply chain, I've worked in procurement and manufacturing, and you're just running a business while you're solving problems. Most people run a business and they react to problems. This approach is just, you have to, we all got a heap of problems. You pick the top 5 and you resolve all 5 of them. You go to the next. That's that problem-solving methodology.
I'm going to go ahead and take a guess that Chris doesn't have a lot of employees because he doesn't want problems. Chris, is it wrong?
I got 0 employees.
Which side is it? Hot's left, cold's right.
That's all you got to know.
What is it? Yeah.
And something runs downhill.
There's clear water and brown water, right? I mean, that's
right.
There, I'm a plumber. Wait, I mean,
who is that you work for now?
my wife.
That's a fucking low blow. Yeah. Oh, Lord. So, for example, though, if you had an assembly line or something like that, you would go in, assess this assembly line, see where it could be bettered, then report on you're losing this much money because of this.
Right.
To fix that, it would cost this much money, and you would make it back in 6 to 8 to 12 months or 2 years or whatever.
That's absolutely right. Yep.
Gotcha. Now, in defense of Cody, now that I'm working for and have worked for and ran businesses that have more than 1 to 2.5 employees, that is a big help, right? And so with how many, I know how many plumbers there are in the world, how many realistically are, like scale, job-wise, how many people are skilled at what you're doing? Like how many people specialize in that?
I don't know, because it's a niche, right? You get into business management, and then you either stay in business management or you drive into these small little niche areas, and this is definitely one of those. I was lucky enough to have the opportunity I was working for Whirlpool when they switched over to WCM, which is world-class manufacturing, and I got exposed to all of this stuff, and I'm able to take that and just stamp it out. And I don't think if you didn't have those exposures, you'd just go in and you would run the normal business every day. But you either fly the plane or make the plane better, but it's really, really hard to do both at the same time. And the trick to being good at it, the same thing as TradLab, you got to go where the work's being done. 80% of the opportunities are within 20 feet of where the work's being done. And you can't do that on the carpet. And most people on a carpet don't want to go talk to electricians and mechanics and all these people that actually know what the issues are. So when I worked for the railroad, I spent most of my time in the shops because those people knew what was going on, and that's how you bridge the gap.
So you had to talk to Chris every day, basically.
It's exactly people just like Chris that don't want to talk to you. Total dicks. They actually know what's going on, and I got to go down there and have over a 20-year period develop a slight relationship where they'll actually talk, and I can get their story out. But it all started when I was working in a factory, going to school at night, and the people would have an operations meeting at the end of the day, and I'd walk by them, and they had no idea what happened on the floor where I was working. And I always told myself, I'm like, if they understood what was going on, they'd solve their problems much faster. But they'd have these ops meetings every day, and they would filter the information so they wouldn't look bad. And that's where I ended up.
So shifting over to Chris, since I've worked construction and been in your shoes, how many times have you told a project manager or a designer or an architect, this is a bad idea, and they didn't listen? How often does that happen? Or a homeowner?
Pretty much 100%. I'd say like
Okay,
100% of the time. Most of the time, on a set of plans, you get a set of plans. I get drawings all the time, and there's like a little footnote in there, like to be, this is a design build project, but basically to be designed by the plumber. So, the architects draw everything, and then they put their little caveat in there that the plumber's got to make it to code and this, that, and the other. So I mean, I run into that. You know, guys like Cody like screw my whole life up. Like pretty much jacking me 90% of the time.
I'm not the
life choices, Chris. You're living in the fucking past, right? You're too old. Seriously, Chris. So, do you do a lot of design build? Then that's kind of your.
You know,
you're doing that more than you want.
Pretty much. I mean, since I don't have. I mean, I got one guy that I work with. Pretty much. You know, it's me and another guy. You know, what can we do? We do a lot of residential. We do, you know, smaller jobs. But I don't. I can't take the aggravation of the bigger jobs. Like I don't. Plus getting the manpower, you know, to do them. I'm just trying
to imagine you running a 30 to 40 man crew.
No, it doesn't. It's don't imagine it because it's not imaginable.
Were you ever? I got to get a photo of all of us on the. So did you ever work for someone, or once you got your journeymans, you were pop smoke and were like, I'm running my own shit, starting my own business? How long were you employed for someone? By someone?
I did. I worked for myself. I've been working for myself since, you know, pretty much I got my license back in '89. Like I kind of, once I got my license, for me, really, the hunt, I didn't pick the trade because it's, I picked a trade because I made a little bit of money and I had a little time off to go hunting. Like that literally was my decision. Like I don't, you know, whether it was good or bad, that's what I made. Like I picked a trade.
You can't say it's bad, dude. Now, as much as Cody and I fuck with you, and as much as you like to pretend you're poor, which you're a fucking liar.
He's sitting.
How much have you killed, Chris? Like no bullshit. Out of the North American 29, how many animals have you? The 29 have you killed with?
I haven't.
It's a number. It's a number. It's an easy number, Chris.
Yeah, but it's like Cody. I want to be precise. Like I know he's a numbers guy. If I'm one off here or there, he's going to call me on it.
Your wife, if your wife started listening to this, she would have shut it down by now. She's not listening.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, no. I don't know. Maybe 13, 14. I've shot a lot of things over and over, like the bears. Like, you know, it's like
you've done real good on bears. You've done real good on grizzly and brown bear, and you've killed black bears. You did all spot and stock. You killed some monster whitetails. You've done elk hunting. Like, what are you missing that you want? What do you? And don't give me some shit. I want it all. Like, what's the bucket list you just haven't killed?
I'll be honest with you. Like, truthfully, like I probably would like to, you know, if Cody would start me a GoFundMe page, I would definitely like to go back and do the grizzly bear. Like I want to go back and like I'd love to shoot a.
Dude, I did not what you already killed. You already killed a grizzly that you haven't killed.
But I want to kill another one.
You're gonna have to start more than a GoFundMe, brother. It's illegal everywhere for the most part. Alaska. What's something you haven't shot that you want?
I'll be honest with you. A goat's probably been something I'd love to shoot a goat. A mountain goat, something I would kind of like to do, but I don't know. I've shot moose. I've never killed a caribou. But truthfully, if there's probably one that I haven't shot, probably be a goat. Like I'd probably rather.
What have you not shot? You went after
caribou. How
many
caribou hunted a couple times. I've never killed a caribou.
Did you do the poor man Alaskan drop camp kind of thing, or
no? Actually, that was back when they were doing it up in Quebec. Like that was years ago, back when they were, doing a Quebec thing.
Yeah.
But I
just didn't catch the migration when they were coming through.
No, when we were up there was a few here. There's probably 10, 15 guys in camp, and they killed 2 or 3. But yeah, pretty much, just bad timing.
So,
the most impressive thing about all of that and I said this at that last event, and it did impress me. I've been in his trophy mansion, and he managed to get the Echo down in there, but this is so big, and there's so many animals in there, and they're impressive animals. He's extremely modest. There's polar bear in there. He took way back when with the little arrows, right? There's grizzlies in there. There's just,
it's like squeezing fucking blood out of a turnip to get you to brag, Chris. I'm trying to get it out of you, dude. You're an amazing fucking hunter.
Yeah, there's whitetail racks that any one of them, I would consider my living room just running around. But the most impressive thing is Chris, he can't fake anything. What he took me over to talk about, even when I tried to pull him away to get me to talk about something else, he took me back, is a raccoon rug. The bastard shot a raccoon. and it's a rug, like a bear rug. And that's his favorite. He'll take you to that, and he talks to you about it, and he walks you through the hunt. And through the shot he took. Out of all the animals there, that's what he wanted to share.
I don't think you realize how hard it is to shoot a freaking raccoon out of a tree.
Well, I know how hard it is for you to shoot a raccoon. That's why it's such a big
40 feet up in the air.
It's a little target.
I get it why it's important to you, because he's like, holy shit, I hit this thing on my first try. But
what he said was the first try. I just said I hit
it. But it's impressive to me, and it changed the way I think about a lot of things. I'm like, that's the way to the way to assess a person is, are they a good hunter? Yeah, how many animals do they have? The way to assess a person to go, man, are they living the right life? Is just that. Like the guy took you over and he's like, this is my favorite. And it's because it's a dark raccoon, and some guys said he couldn't shoot it, and he actually hit it and just shocked the hell out of himself and had it mounted like a bear rug.
Like a Boone and Crockett raccoon, like it's a freaking top drawer, man.
That's the most impressive thing about visiting that is that. But I mean, his room is full of monster, and just one right after another. It's impressive. The bear rug.
It does look like I have product in my hair. Fuck.
Oh no, you do a lot. It looks good.
It's pretty.
Can't change it now. So
that's like estrogen cream, right?
Yeah, can't. I drank that. I didn't even rub that on. So
the first time I ever saw him order at Starbucks, I was like, oh God, no, not this.
Me?
Yeah, the extra Frat-Malicious Vagichill.
What did I order? I probably ordered caramel macchiato.
Oh, that was, and I never meet your.
Yeah,
you're like,
that's what I ordered. I was going to say it didn't have a long name, but I'm pretty sure that I got called gay. But it was a caramel macchiato. Was probably what I ordered.
Now he's got hair product, caramel macchiato.
Dude, the first time
spray on tans.
I remember you making coffee. We're at a gas station in the middle of nowhere in Texas, and the coffee's not ready. And Cody ain't fucking happy. It's like 4 a.m. And so he opens the cabinets up and starts making, the big coffee things.
You got to.
He's like, I bill out at 185 an hour. I guess I'm making fucking coffee today. And he's like, the lady at the front's like, what the hell's going on?
She had one job: you buy some diesel and you buy coffee, and then you're like, yeah.
Oh, but in serious, right? So when I got into traditional archery, Parrino, I knew your name way before that, before I got into traditional archery, and then Cody's name popped up pretty quick when I started on the technical side. And Cody just did a presentation. Where were you at, Cody?
We were in Missouri, Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah, Cody did a presentation for the Missouri traditional bow hunters. What was that?
Yeah, Parrino was there.
Yeah. So
UBM, Missouri Bow Hunters, United Bow Hunters of Missouri, was it? I think it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
mainly track guys.
Yeah. So Cody on the technical side, Chris on the killing side. We all three have become really good friends. And Cody kind of from my perspective came at it from more of a technical data side. He got into it. What veins work best, arrow setups, how much does front of center matter? I mean, and Cody, where can they find all that shit that you do? I mean, it's very, high level.
I'm on Instagram. It's DTrad Lab. They can find it, and then they can find the tuning series of the Push Center of Knowledge, right? And all the research and stuff I post and let people go through the details.
And Chris was more of the guy that did the, to check his brace height, did the thumb
I don't
and
really sell my services. Like I'm like Cody's like psychiatrist. Like I just like talk him off the ledge. Like it's like come back to earth.
So, no bullshit. I've seen Chris hold his thumb up to check his brace height, and I've seen Cody do it with the fucking mic.
Well, yeah,
no fucking right, Chris.
I know what that is.
Why did he text me when we were there?
What that is, you could check.
No.
and Cody checks his with a micrometer, right? So, I mean, having said that, Chris, you can shoot well, right? I mean, but you shoot pretty much instinctive.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say well. I in the traditional world,
For the love of Christ and everything holy, you shoot real good instinctive.
I shoot great. I shoot really good. I get good form. I've been telling Cody that for freaking years, and it wasn't until this weekend that he finally realized it.
He does have good form.
Yeah, for instinctive wise, I would say from all the people I've met, and I only did it for 6 or 7 years, you're in the upper 1%, 2% of instinctive shooters. Cody, would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
The only person I've met that shoots instinctive as well as you is Colton. Colton Gilman. Colton can shoot instinctive real well.
Well, I mean, I think instinctive is. I mean, my game is a close game. Like I'm.
Oh, Chris, don't make me tell stories.
No.
Come on, it's close. It's close.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me tell the story where you were talking about you don't kill to kill. Do you want to tell that story? You want me to?
I don't, man. I'm a
Cody, I wish you were there
for the journey.
The journey, the adventure. The line is you're in it for the adventure.
That's right. It's all about the adventure.
Well, let me tell you about somebody that saw red. The Can-Am was still moving when he jumped out of it to shoot the javelina. From my memory, I remember it clear as a bell. And the Can-Am was still driving when you flew out the door, if I remember correctly. You thought it was stopped?
I thought we were hunting. I was in hunting mode. I mean,
but in all seriousness, on the hunting side of things, Chris, you and I have. I mean, I'm not leaving Cody out of this, but you and I have a lot of the same thought process and methodology of putting an animal on the ground. Cody, I know you do as well. Cody, some of this stuff I'm going to skip over you because I just had you on a podcast and you can chime in. But, a lot of people are waiting for the perfect broadside shot, and that's not always presented to them. So knowing your accuracy, your ability, but the anatomy of an animal is hugely important, and what you can get away with, and that comes with experience. And so, and Chris, you and I have talked offline and on podcast about this, but if you've got a shot that's cornering away and you've got a solid liver, one lung hit, are you taking that shot?
I am. I mean, I'm going to take the shot 'cause I know I can find it.
Have you seen the movie Old School where, they're in the circle of the tree of trust, right? And he's talking about women's underwear. And he's like, maybe she has panties on I've never even seen before. We're in that tree of trust right now. I'm taking that shot, and I don't give a shit what anybody says, because liver lung is extremely lethal, right?
Yeah, I mean, liver lungs, but probably the worst for me is one lung. Like one lung, yeah, I mean, if you can get liver lung, obviously two lungs hard. I mean, but any combination in there, I mean, if you come in, guts, liver, lung, that's those animals are all recoverable.
Let's just say guts, liver, or liver guts. How far is that animal running?
Well, I mean, it kind of becomes a time deal. Like I think most, I don't know. I mean, years ago it was like you shoot something, wait a half hour. Well, that's good. I mean, if you double lung them, or if you put it through the boiler room, which I think is the lung's heart, you don't have to wait a half hour. Wait 2 seconds. Like it doesn't matter. Like it's over. But you start getting liver, one lung, or guts, liver, lung. you got to give it time. Like, I mean, even guts. Like, I mean, I've recovered a lot of gut shot animals, and it's time. And I think most people don't. Go ahead.
Gut liver. What are you waiting?
I'm probably going 6, 7, 8 hours at least. Like, I mean, that's just me. Like, you know, if I let them go long, I mean, they're going to die. Like, the animal's going to die. To me, it's a minimum of 6 hours for me. But
yeah, and I'm 4. I held it up just for liver. I'm 4 because they're probably going to run 75 to 125 yards. They're going to bed up. If you don't push them, you go in slow. But 4 is pushing it. They can still be in the spirit world in 4 and run. 6 is definitely safer. So
I think that what you said is, I mean, I'd agree with. And like I said, if I'm going to wait 4, I'm going to go ahead and just opt for the 6 and give it the extra time. So, I mean, I've shot animals and, you end up hitting them a little bit back. And I've recovered a lot of animals that were shot less than perfect. And I wouldn't have recovered them if I wouldn't have given them time. Like a gut shot is minimum 12 hours, like minimum.
Yeah.
For me,
but 12 hours.
What do I know?
No, I get it. Well, I mean, you know a lot. How many animals do you think you've shot in your career?
In the guts?
Well, we're gonna do the pie chart next, Cody. I mean,
this was before they came out with drones. I mean, you had to just,
here it is.
You had to put the time in, But,
that's funny. I've got a notebook beside me, and drone is one of the things.
Here we go. Can you believe Chris opened that? I have my own notebook here.
Dude, I didn't put that guy on the podcast because I couldn't deal with the. We'll get to that in a minute. How many animals do you think realistic you've shot in your career?
I mean, I don't. Couple hundred,
hundreds,
maybe, 300, hundreds. Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say 500, 600, but it's over 100. I don't. Is it over 200? Maybe. But
oh my God! So he started. Let me help you with this. Because there's two types.
Hey.
Divide it by 3 or multiply by 3. So he started at 300. You multiply that by 3. That's how many he's killed. He went from 100 to 900. He's killed 600. 98% of them been gut shot.
So until recently, I mean, how long did you shoot? At what point did you stop shooting aluminum arrows?
Me?
Yeah. No, Cody. Fuck, Cody hasn't seen aluminum arrows.
I'm still shooting aluminum arrows. I killed an animal this year with aluminum arrows.
Still shooting woodies. I to be honest with you, I mean, I probably haven't shot aluminums for 10, 15 years. Like, I've been shooting carbons for a good while. I mean, once aluminums went out, it's like the carbons kind of took over. I mean, recently they, Easton has come back with some aluminum. I mean, they've always been out there, but I don't know. I mean,
when you shot aluminum, what did you shoot for an aluminum arrow?
Truthfully, I shot a 2115, which is a pretty light arrow. I mean, I shot a 2115. I'm not a big changer, so I mean, if I shoot something and it works, I just don't change. And pretty much the same way with the carbons. I shot grizzly sticks for a while, and then most recently I've been shooting Randy Cooling Safari Tough stuff. So, and they came out with that old school at like 243, 245. It's good.
Represent. Yeah.
So where's yours, Cody? I know you got one.
Yeah, you did. You did give me one. It's over there. I should have put it on. He actually gave me a free hat. A free hat. And get this. And I know we're off. I got to say this. We were at Cracker Barrel. I kid you not, Aaron. Because you know how cheap he is. Because I'm out of a job.
You could put coal in Chris's ass. It'd come out a diamond.
So I'm out of a job. He's like, let me buy breakfast. I'm like, no. Let me buy breakfast. I don't want to deal with this. He goes, no, let me do it. You're out of a job. I'm like, okay. He didn't know how to pay. Shut up, Chris. He didn't know how to pay the bill at Cracker Barrel. He had been so long since he had to buy his own breakfast. He had no idea how to pay the bill. And I don't mean the complicated
I don't
bar.
listen. I know how to
I'm talking.
pay the bill when I open up the wallet and I pay him.
I don't know how to take a picture and pay the bill. Like,
No. He didn't know where to go. He didn't know who to talk to. And then after I walk him through it, alarms are going off on his phone because he spent money. Like his phone's going off. I'm like, what's going on? He goes, I spent money. My bank's calling me. And I'm like, Jesus.
Fraud alert. Fraud
what
alert.
was it? What was it? You brought one breakfast. I bought 2 dinners.
You bought 2.
Breakfast.
I'm out of a job. He bought 2. I bought 1. And he gave me a free hat. I knew I'd made it when he gave me a free hat. With the raccoon.
Shit. I got 2 free T-shirts, so I'm good.
Wow.
One's got no sleeves, one's got sleeves. I'm wearing the sleeved one tonight.
We're sitting there in the back. We're both dressed in outdoor or born primitive stuff. I look at him like, God, we look like a bunch of nut huggers. We're both sitting here wearing the same clothes. He goes, well, I paid for mine. I said, shut the hell up. You didn't pay for yours. I knew you didn't pay for yours. I paid for mine. I know you didn't pay for yours. And it was the first thing out of his mouth. He had the puffy jacket. He was head to toe. Free crap.
What, head to toe?
Yeah.
But seriously, when you started shooting aluminums, and that was when there was no option, you had Game Getter 2s, Game Getters, XX78s. What was your aluminum of choice other than the 2115 part?
I just shot the Game Getter 2.
Talk about the evolution of Chris Parrino in aluminums. We'll go that way out.
I'll be honest with you. I used to shoot the old like the XX75s, which were the original Game Getters were kind of soft. Then they came out with the orange ones, which were a lot better arrow. And then they came out with that Game Getter 2, which was like a brown camo, and that's pretty. I mean, they were as good. I mean, to me, is a lot better. I mean, the Game Getters just bent. They were not. Once they bend, you can't sharpen them.
I shot a bull with a compound to give you an idea, and it quartering away, and it went like out around, curved back, and when I got it, it was probably it probably had close to a 90-degree bend in it by the time that arrow went through the animal on those, right? But that was the original Game Getter, and they didn't break. But those had glue-on nocks. They were extremely inconsistent. And then you could cut those off and put unibushings. And then they had, like you said, the Game Getter 2, and then they had the Autumn Oranges. So once you got to the Game Getter 2, you pretty much stayed there?
Yeah, the Game Getters would bend. The other ones, the XX75s, like they would break, which was better, so they'd stay. Like once you bent those Game Getters, man, they were just, that was kind of the characteristic of them. But I like the brown, I like the brown camo. So I just kind of stuck with them. But
made you feel tough.
Yeah.
So you shot a standard RPS, probably a 16 grain aluminum insert and a 125 grain head, I'm guessing.
I'm not sure what an RPS is, but
the insert that just pushes in.
Yeah, there you go. That's me.
And then 125 grain head.
Yeah, pretty. I've shot those Wikis which are like 175. It's 172 or whatever with the insert. So that's
Did
I
you
shot
ever check
shot swedged arrows for a while.
At what time did you learn what front of center was? Did you ever check that or learn it?
He still doesn't know.
I still haven't learned it.
Did you ever walk into the woods nervous about, I better check with my buddy Cody and Aaron about what my front of center is?
No, I just walked in the woods and then went and got my truck. Like I don't worry much about any of that stuff.
And I'm making jokes about this, but Chris, you've killed a lot of animals. You've been very successful, and you didn't get wrapped up, too bad in the technical side as you've kind of progressed. What has changed in the last 5 years? Anything?
I learned how to shoot through paper, bullet holes.
Fuck my life, Chris. That's crazy. So in the last 5 years,
that's some of it right there. You could have said 15 years, same answer. 20 years, same answer.
I'll be honest with
Yeah.
you. Truthfully, there's no question that there's more information. There's more there's definitely more out there now. What I shot back in the early 90s, truthfully, was like, if I knew what I knew now, I probably would have shot heavier stuff. In all honesty, would I have shot a 2115? No, I probably would have tried to went to something a little heavier. But
Heavier arrow or heavier point weight, or heavier both?
probably arrow, because my point weight really hasn't changed. Like, I haven't changed much with my point weight. I think I would have went up in there. A 2115's not, it's not exactly a heavy arrow for sure.
Yeah,
So-
what was your arrow? The 2115. What, you were probably 450?
Yeah, I was under 500 for sure. It's.
How much you killed the
never
polar
read the
bear?
Ashby
Killed the
report.
polar bear with aluminum arrows, right?
What'd you say?
Yeah, what,
In the
what did
picture,
you
that
kill
polar
your
bear
polar
was
bear
aluminum
with?
arrows, right? Were those 2115s?
2115s is what I shot with.
The polar bear.
The polar bear?
Oh yeah, polar. I shot I shot the same arrow since. I think when I started shooting my bows, which are like 62, 60.
See, this is making me open up. This conversation is so good. So you didn't read the Ashby report, and you didn't listen to the Ranch Fairy when you went on.
I don't think Ashby was even alive back when I was doing that.
He was alive.
Well, we didn't have. We didn't have social
media.
and we didn't have all. All that information wasn't out there. Like who? Things have changed for the better and for the worse. I truthfully, there's a lot of stuff out there for guys getting into it that is good information. I'm not going to debate that, but there was a lot of guys. I did what guys that were successful that I was around did. They did, none of them really. You learn from other guys, and the guys I learned from they never talked about any of that. It's pretty much, and there wasn't a lot of choices. Back to what you said. You talk about the Game Getter 2s and the XX75s. Man, that's about all there was. You didn't have wasn't like a ton of arrow choices back in the early 90s, late 80s. What choices did you have? Carbon definitely wasn't around. You had wood or you had aluminum.
Yeah, late 90s is when carbon kind of started, 2000, time frame or whatever. When I say carbon, whatever. Beeman had a graphite kind of weird system or whatever. But, going back, you're saying you would have shot a heavier, arrow probably as far as that goes.
I probably would have went up to it instead of a 2115, maybe a 2117 or 20, just...
That was a light arrow. Back in the day, that was a light arrow. 2115s are a thin wall.
No, it was. I'm not. It just. I didn't have any issues. I shoot a 2-blade broadhead. I don't shoot a 3-blade just because that's what I always kind of got along with, and I just didn't have trouble with it. I was killing stuff, so I didn't feel the need to change. Is there definitely a case for shooting a heavier arrow? Yeah, absolutely. But I just didn't do it.
Transitioning to that, because I shot 2219s, 2317s when I was shooting, but that was with a compound. But Cody, when you started getting into this pretty heavily, when did you start seriously getting into trad?
When I shot trad, I was stealing Dad's autumn oranges, so that was way back when. But I don't even know what spine they were. We didn't pay attention to that. Where I got serious about it again was when I got done with school and I got work underneath my belt where I was steady. And that was 5 or 6 years ago. I thought I was a good hunter until I started travel hunting, and then I realized that I had a lot to learn. But when I was young, it was stealing Dad's autumn oranges, and I think he used not stingers. Muzzies at the time, but I was stealing stuff out of the arrow buckets. And when I do remember when carbon came on, and the last aluminums I used when I bought them new to not be nostalgic had actual flutes in them. Do you remember those? Like the fluted aluminum arrows? They had little swedges going down on full length. And,
I don't remember those. The last arrow I remember with aluminum that I was was the Chuck Adams XX78 Super Slam Select was like the cool arrow.
I bought my wife Mandy bought me a Matthews Rival Pro in like '95, and I bought new aluminum arrows there, and they had like full length swedges down them, like fluted, and that was the last like modern aluminum I used. After that, it was just carbon, and I kind of fell out, and then I started hunting again 5 or 6 years ago hard, and I've tried everything now. And now for fun, I still shoot aluminum, but I mean, if I'm going on a travel hunt, it's carbon.
When in the last 5 or 6 years, and you just did a presentation. What did you do that on? That last weekend or whatever when you did your presentation.
The title of it was "You Can't Buy It, Borrow It, or Steal It," and I was conveying to people that I've tested absolutely everything there is to test, and I've tested it at a detail that most people don't test with no marketing bias, and in the end, I come up with. The majority of the stuff is pretty insignificant. Tune your bow, sharpen your head, and then for the rest of it is just in between your ears and getting string time. And you can't borrow that, buy it, steal it. I can even ask you guys for advice. That only goes so far. You got to go out there and just go through the misery of failing and accept the failure and be open about the failure so you'll get better. And my whole point was if we don't accept that failure, we're not going to get better. And the traditional archery community is somewhat like Vietnam Navy SEALs. It's, everybody was one, and the reality is we're not that good. And as long as you don't admit you're good, you kind of build this false confidence in a glass house when the moment does come, versus being open about it. That was the speech. And Chris sat in the back left, and you ever see a turkey get mad and their head gets red? You'd see his head get red. and every now and then you'd see it, and I'm not lying, every now and then you'd see his head go all the way down to the table. He'd come back up, and go all the way down to the table and come back up. And we were talking about quality of bows, and I said, if Fred Bear was alive today, he'd shoot a Black Widow. And Chris dove under the table in the back. He was gone. He wasn't there for it. But that was the gist of it.
I didn't dive under the table. I didn't dive under the table necessarily because I didn't agree with it. It's just I couldn't believe you said it, especially with that crowd.
Well, it's the point I'm making is you can't buy it, borrow it, or steal it, and you can't find it. I have access to the best hunters in the world, and I can call Chris anytime I want, ask him any question I want. And you got to go out there and stand over and over and over, and you got to mess it up 26, 30, 40 times before you even start seeing a shift in yourself, and then you got to stay on top of it. And unless people are willing to do that, they're not really going to improve. They can make little changes in their equipment, but I mean, Chris is a much better shooter than what he claims he is. But we watched him shoot through paper. He opened up with like 1-inch tears. I mean, we could tune him easy. But
he wouldn't. And here's what was killing me is like we were down there to like tune the bows, and like I needed like a 1/4 inch off the arrow, or so it was,
you shoot my bow, my arrow. Somebody was
weak. But I thought we were supposed to tune in my bow. Like
I have mine dialed in. Cody, I need to tune this arrow. That's my bow you're shooting. What are you doing? You just want to tune bows for fun.
Chris, when you were listening to his presentation, was there anything like profound or that stuck out where you were like awestruck of like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that? Or like where you're like, I agree, or anything that sticks out in your mind?
I mean, it was, to be honest with you, I mean, I hate to say this, but it was pretty good. Like Cody's definitely, he tells it like it is. And I mean, I agreed with more than I care to admit to, but I mean, he pretty much hit it on the head. Like it was, truthfully, I'll be honest with you, like a lot of times, we were talking at breakfast the other day about a buck I had shot that I had filmed, and I didn't know what had happened until I like played it back. But he put up a video of like a slow motion camera of an arrow, like a tuned arrow going into a target. And like it was like a top view or whatever. Like if it was a little spline weak or heavy, kind of going in, and you could see the shaft, like, and you could see when it was perfect going into the target. Man, it just once it hit it, it just drove it right in. Which, when you see it, it definitely drives the point home. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I am the most well-tuned, and that is not the top of my list.
That's because you would be a fucking liar if you said that. I've hunted.
Well, and with you guys, I for sure don't want to lie. Like, I mean, heaven forbid, but
he could tune his bow perfectly. He shoots good enough. He could tune his bow perfectly. He was making the exact same tear with my bow.
But I mean, when you see that, I mean, I'm not against that stuff. I just, and I've talked with both of you guys before. I hunt. I don't think I've ever won a trophy in my life. I don't care to. When I go to a shoot, I'm probably more interested in, laughing, cutting up, joking, and trying to make fun of the next guy. Like it's really, I don't, as far as like competition shooting, not my thing. I shoot a traditional bow just because that's what I want.
What he asked you about competition shooting. How did we get, this is the old goat. I told him talking to him is like watching a mature antelope 800 yards away. He's coming towards me. Now he's just randomly drifting off. Now he's going to wander around. I'm telling the old goat all the time, how did you get on competition? What the hell are you talking about? He's just drifting away.
So, I mean, on that note, not the competition side, but with what Cody was talking about, was there an animal that stuck in your mind that maybe you didn't get the penetration you should have had because of the, well, not paradox, but the flex in the arrow when it hit the animal that stopped the penetration because it was, flexing so much? Did that pop out in your mind when he was talking about that?
I mean, I guess it drives the point home that, if your bow's tuned correctly, then you're probably going to get a little bit more penetration than you would that if you got a arrow that's giving you the zigs and zags for sure. So I mean, it definitely, but you don't see it like most guys shoot their bow. You don't see any of that stuff, so you don't know it. So watching a slow motion video just kind of drove that home for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, when I shot, when I was shooting a stick bow, I had come from the compound, so I, had a pretty good, idea on the arrow flight. And I went to kind of a psychotic level because that's just kind of the human I am as far as slow-mo video behind me, just watching the arrow, how quick did it straighten out? Was that 14 yards? Was that 12 yards? Was that 20? And then, obviously knowing like when that hits an animal, if you short draw, long draw is not generally a problem, but if you short draw because you're shitting your pants, how much does that affect point of aim, point of impact, but also how much does that potentially affect total penetration? Because, you can watch it in slow-mo and it affects things. So, I mean, Cody, with your studying, you're right, like the lethality ratio, right? That was one thing that you've talked about. That was not arrow tune. That was not anything. That was actually somebody or multiple people shooting at a 20-yard target and where they hit the animal, not anything else.
No, just hitting the animal. 22 yards.
Hitting. And it was 22 yards. And what was that lethality percent?
I think it was around 28% were lethal hits on a
28%. I was actually talking about
large doe
this today. I said 27. So large doe hitting the vitals was 28% generally. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. So Chris, bouncing that off of you, being, doing this much longer than Cody and I have, or at least at a fairly high level, if somebody told you 20 years ago, 15 years ago, well, Chris, you have a 28% chance of hitting the vitals on a doe, you and the rest of the world, by straight numbers, just by studies, what would you have thought? What would you have thought about that? Like, do you think that's true, or would you have been like, no, the shooters are way better, Cody's full of shit, or would you, in the back of your mind, thinking, yeah, shooting at the local pro shop, 28 seems right?
I mean, in all honesty, I think, I probably wouldn't have wanted to believe it back then, but as long as I've been doing it, there's no doubt that that's probably more right than wrong.
Cody grabbed a knife, so I grabbed a 10. You know what I got? I got a 10 millimeter, and because I'm getting ready to order a whittle, I got the catalog here. So, obviously me getting into this, and that was a bit of a, shit show, my own doing as well. That was one of the things that, first when I got into it was like, I was worried about distance, right? Because I come from a compound, I was worried about being able to hit shit farther away. When I say that 40 yards, I wanted to be able to be, accurate to 40. And then, as I got into it, most of my shots were anywhere from 5 feet to 12 yards with a few, farther. So that's where kind of I don't want to say dichotomy, but the argument is or whatever about getting closer, like, God, I'm trying not to get any hateful emails. When I got into this, it was because when I say got into it, when I started shooting trad, it really boiled down to a guy walked down to me. I was shooting 90 yards with my compound at a Reinhardt 18-1. It's a target about the size of the screen. It's a paper plate. And he came down, told me I was unethical for shooting that distance, and I was watching him shoot at 20 yards and was struggling with hitting the bail every time. And, so that pissed me off. I did a podcast. They got hate mail, and they were like, hey, you would suck if you had a stick bow. So then I'm competitive, and I got into it. But the reality is I didn't take that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I reached out and touched some animals, but I mean, I didn't have to shoot as far as I thought I would. What I really had to do was relearn the way I hunted. When I say that, meaning like I had to learn to be quieter. I had to learn things that I really didn't think mattered that much because I was just, 40 yards, my hunt was done. Like if I was at 70, I was killing it. I would just shoot it. I had to relearn to hunt to get closer. And then, by default, my whole strategy, changed. But I didn't get into the stuff Cody did because I shot so much that I wasn't worried about accuracy. That wasn't a big thing. I was worried about accuracy because I was shooting all the time, but it wasn't a matter of that because I knew I would hopefully take care of that on my end. I also didn't really know the community that well enough to say there was a 28% lethality ratio or percentage at 28% at 22 yards. Having said all of that, as time has gone on, has it changed much? Have people got more accurate? In both of your opinions, has things changed very much in the last 10 years?
I think that, I don't think.
You look like you're about to shit out a choker chain, Chris.
No, man, I don't want either one of you guys getting a bunch of hate mail. So I'm trying to soften it up.
I get it all the time. Yeah.
I would say 90% of the animals I've shot, truthfully, have been between. You're less than me. Like I'm probably 8 to 15, 16 yards. Like literally that's the distance. Like a vast majority of the animals I've now, at 40, 50, 60, have I shot elk at that distance? Yeah. Have I taken some of them shots? Yeah. But I tend to, like I said, that's got to be like a perfect scenario for me. Would I shoot at an elk that far? Would I shoot at an elk? Or moose or something at 40 yards? Yeah, probably. But that's like my, that's Max. The farthest. So if you look at everything I've killed or shot, it is literally 8 to 18 yards. Like that's the distance. Like everything, that's kind of the distance I've been. Once I start, you got to be on your game at even 20, 22, 25. Like you can't. The recurves to me.
Before we go to Cody, though, I'm not asking about you. The industry, the world, the trad archery world. In the last 10 years, have you seen things change within that inner circle as far as people worrying more about accuracy or anything like that, or has it been status quo?
No, I think truthfully there, in the last, with all the information that's out there, good and bad, it absolutely, like there's, as far as how to shoot this, that, and the other, there's a lot of guys that I think are are, got a lot more information. But as far as the distance, I don't know. Like if you, can shoot at a foam target at 30 or 40, this, that, and the other. I don't know if that's. I know I'm wandering here, Cody, but have I seen it change? I don't know. I mean, I think back in the day, did guys shoot longer distances? I kind of think they did. I just don't think you heard about it.
We're gonna get to that in a minute. Don't you worry. Cody, what about you? Have you seen things in the last few years since you started kind of change for the better? Or what do you think?
I've been going to Kalamazoo and the Compton shooting Michigan for years and years and years because I lived in Michigan, right? I lived in the same area where those were at. And you can honestly say, just by looking at the people that were trying out bows there, that somewhere around 08 to 2011, 2012, there was a shift there. And I think that shift primarily, this is an assumption, came from, Masters of the Barebow being launched. I mean, I remember the first time I saw Masters of the Barebow, I ran over to Dad's and put it in his DVD player, and I put it on the gap shooting. So it was such a big deal to see gap shooting. And we talked about it. It was just a game-changing thing. Like everyone before that was split finger and, the whole bit. So that changed everything, and we started to see people improve. And I did a study on the IBO scores over time, like IBO Trad Worlds. And I think I may be wrong here, but it was somewhere between 2010 and 2013, a step function improvement occurred on the top 5 shooters. And then the following years, everybody kind of followed them. But something occurred right there, like John Dimmer and Dwayne Martin were right there, neck and neck, and they both jumped. It was literally those two jumped up and kind of raised the bar, and it was around that time frame. So I think information got out, shooting methodology got out. You started seeing, people crawling on the string. You started seeing more gap shooters, and there's definitely a difference at that level, and then anecdotally that you see at the show. But is that the majority of the community? No, I would say 20% of the community improved, and the rest kind of stayed flatline.
Stayed the same. So, Chris, have been doing this a long time. I mean, Cody, you've done a long time, but seriously for the last few years. One of the things that was kind of I would say astonishing to me, or like people watching in Boulder, Colorado, like transgender fuckers walking by that I can laugh at. When I started getting some hate on my end, I'm a huge Fred Bear fan. And I had listened to, read everything Fred Bear had written. And Fred Bear had said, many different times, something to the effect of, I've got to get within traditional archery range of 60 yards. And, obviously there's been a shift because 60 yards for a compound is a poke, right? Like people you'll get a little bit of hate for dropping a bomb at 60 with a compound. But with Fred, when you listen to his, his field notes, he would talk about launched an arrow at 60 or 40, then 54, then 68. And so what do you guys think, what happened, right? Like what changed? Was it social media or technology, the perception? And so people started looking at that poorly, because obviously he's God, right? He's the man. And it's okay for him to shoot, at 60 yards or wing arrows or whatever, like when he was in Africa. I've read a lot and heard a lot about that. So what changed where 60 was okay with Fred and 40 is bad now? Chris, you're older, so I want you to answer that first. What do you think? What do you think happened?
Well, I think that there probably was a lot more. They probably shot a lot longer distances. Fred Bear, Pope and Young. Like and again, I wasn't there. I don't know, but my guess is that back in the day, they, would put arrows on a string and bend them and send them. Like that's my thought. Like my thought is, was distance a big thing? I don't know. I don't know when the ethics came about, but personally, I think they did. There's no doubt that they probably took some long shots and some.
Oh yeah, they wrote about it. There's no doubt.
I don't disagree with that. But I guess what I do for me, I mean, you've shot plenty of, you've shot traditional bows plenty of times. Like that is on a foam target, that's a different shot. On a live animal, there's a lot of
that's
things.
Far for, dude, that's
there's
far
a lot
for
of
me.
things that got to
I'll
go your
drop
way to
bombs.
make that shot.
But what changed? What would you say? I mean, you're beating a fucking horse, or you're beating around the bush till the bush is falling down. What changed in the traditional archery society and world and community? Or now, if you do that now, that they're like, we love Fred Bear, and they post memes about it and shit, and motivational quotes, and then when it comes where the rubber meets the road, and you talk about what Fred did and the distance he shot, they totally forget it, and they say you're an unethical piece of shit if you do what Fred did, and then in 5 minutes later, they'll post some bullshit about what Fred, well, not bullshit, some shit Fred said about, sit still, shut up, and don't wear camo. What happened, right? What changed?
I have no idea. I have zero.
You think
I don't know.
Do you think that's weird? Like if, if Jesus came down and you talked to him, what would he say?
I think it's very weird.
Cody?
I don't know what's changed. I mean, that's.
This is what I do for a living, right? You go so there. You ask someone, they say, I don't know. If you look at the timeline, here's what I can tell you. I don't know that this is a fact. If you look at the 60s and 70s, because I had the same question when I'm trying to learn. If you look at the 60s and 70s, that was considered the golden era of archery, right? The people in that time were shooting the best the archers had ever been shooting, right? You had, because it was all recurve, right? And their field archery was really popular. And Fred Bear actually shot field archery, right? And those are. Oh my God, Chris, what are you doing?
Blow up doll. He's got to put it away.
Are you breaking into? They get into field archery. He's gonna break in the potato chips. Field archery was popular. Recurves were popular. And then compounds came in, right? In the 70s, late 70s, 80s, and you see the talent and the shooting of the recurve go plummet. It absolutely plummets, right? You can just go look at the scores and kind of see what's going on around the R&D, around the archery world. And as compounds take over, the talent and recurve goes down. Then there's a resurgence, because now I'm shooting. My first animal I killed was with a bear whitetail 2, shooting split finger with no sights. So I was that Gen X, so I'm a hybrid of both, right? Compounds are there. Probably had a Dacron string on, quite frankly, maybe D97. But we're still shooting them like we shoot recurves, and they're really not much faster. And then in steps this new group. Because at that point, there was no trad. When I was in high school, it wasn't trad. Around the late 90s and early 2000s, what I call the Asbel era, that's not the appropriate thing to call it, but what I call the Asbel era, you have traditional archery becomes a term and becomes a thing. And those guys are shooting heavy bows, and they're bending over, and they're canting them really hard, and they're shooting on a swing draw. And this new methodology is taught. And at that point, I think capability goes way down. And nobody's keeping score because we're no longer competing. And I think traditional archery during that period, as a community, this is a theory, maybe at its lowest. It certainly wasn't what it was in the 60s and 70s, right? And then along comes 2003, 4, 5. You see Masters of the Barebow break out. There's an aiming methodology. They go find 5 or 6 people that can actually shoot and bring them in, and they show 5 or 6 different methodologies, and things start picking up from there. And now,
I want to interrupt because we didn't do this earlier. So, Masters of the Barebow, Denny Sturgis is a fucking stud. You can find those videos even still today. They're amazing to watch. And that kind of pioneered, it didn't get the credit that I feel that it was due. And that's somewhat because Denny did not market it accordingly because he's a, general contractor and fucked that up if he had our help back then. But you can still find Masters of the Barebow, DVD series. And whatever, and Denny is an amazing human or whatever else. But I just wanted to interrupt you for that because you still can't find those.
Absolutely, and they're good. They're relevant. I play when I'm in the shop. I play Masters of the Barebow 3.
I masturbate to them all the time. Yeah.
I'll let Rod Jenkins know that. He'll be happy to hear it.
Rod Jenkins Rod Jenkins was really far before, nothing against Joel Turner, right? Nothing against some of these coaches. Rod Jenkins was the man far before this was cool, right? Like Rod Jenkins is a fucking hammer, right? I mean, he's a good old boy, whatever, but that dude knew shit before shit was cool. Like he knew what he was doing back then.
He actually won IBO Worlds and became a coach, right? And those guys, you think we get hate mail. Can you imagine what those guys faced? I mean, they must have dealt with, it must have been nice. I mean, it had to be rough, but yeah, they broke into a crowd that did not like them. Joel Turner was actually part of Masters of the Barrel. People forget that, but
one of the last DVDs.
Yeah. But that really changed archery now. But if you go look at that period in time, I mean, it was a rough era, and I think their capability was low, so that came in, and that group still exists. They came onto Facebook and they set the tone, and then a new group showed up and started shooting better, and there's the back and forth that you got to witness, and we are where we are. But
I don't think I will. You talk about Fred Bear shooting long distances. I'm not going to debate. I mean, I'd be wrong if I did, but they did shoot long distances. But I don't think that like they were shooting long distance and being like super successful at it. Like I don't think there's probably a small percentage of guys that were shooting that distance, and even like, if you shoot at 70 yards 1 out of 10 times, you're probably going to kill an animal every now and then. But
I don't disagree. I'm not disagreeing with you, Chris. But my point is the acceptance of that. Like I agree with you 100%.
Well, I don't think it was like. I think it's just what they like. That's just what they did. Like it's not. I think they just, like I said, that bend 'em and send 'em mentality was definitely there in the early years. It's just nobody really, said, "Hey, this is."
They didn't have Instagram for a bunch of haters to pile up in the comment section. Yeah,
you posted your picture on the corkboard in the club, and that was it.
Well, I mean, you asked my opinion. I mean, my opinion is that with the recurve bow, I'm a pretty good killer at under 20 yards. You get me past that, I suck. I mean, that's just, I can't.
That is a fucking lie, but okay. I would not want you shooting at my ass at 50, Chris. I've seen you shoot, you lying motherfucker. You can shoot very well at 50.
But I need a few practice rounds.
Well, and let's take Joel.
I think that's what happened back in the day. I think a quiver full of arrows at 60, they probably dialed it in. I don't know.
I mean, we'll take Joel Turner, for example. I wouldn't want Joel shooting at me at 80. You know what I mean? Well, I don't give a shit if he's shooting left-handed and he's a bright-eye dominant with a thumb thingy-dingy or whatever he shoots. Like, Joel can shoot, right? I mean, and I'm not saying just Joel, but Joel's obviously kind of found his niche in the coaching thing. The mindset his son is once in a 20 lifetime archer with a compound. But, what if all of us went hunting for caribou in Alaska? Are we all going to say we wouldn't wing an arrow at 60? I am. You know what I mean? I'm probably going to try to launch one. And Chris, I would say that if you said you wouldn't, I might bitch slap you, and Cody, you as well. We wouldn't talk about it on the internet. And that's my whole point.
I would. I don't give a shit.
I don't really have. I just don't have a process for 60. Like I don't.
You got a process.
I'm just saying, if there was then I'll use Joel. If there was a caribou out there at 60, 70 yards, I bet he would kill it, right? And I mean, the thing is when we got back, there would be a conversation about, all right, do we, it's almost like sleeping with the trainee, right? We're probably not going to talk about it. We're going to have to make up a lie because we can't handle the abuse. And I mean, Cody, you're like, I'd talk about it. I probably would too. I cornholed a whitetail and I thought I was going to get hung in the courtyard and stoned to death because I cornholed a whitetail at 8 yards or whatever. But that was kind of my point, is like what changed where it was okay to talk about bending it, sending it, and not now. You know what I mean? Like later on, like we're talking about now, 2021 through current time 2026. You don't talk about that, and if you do, there's repercussions for it.
Yeah,
I don't know what's changed. What my view is, truthfully, is those shots, no matter how good of a shot you are with the recurve, there's a lot, like most animals don't just, I mean, they don't have to move much, and it's not a perfect shot. So there's
380-inch caribou, 60 yards broadside in Alaska. You going to shoot at it?
No, I'm not shooting at it.
Oh,
Dude.
oh.
A duck's bow to drag weeds.
Lord, let some of the lies
Bullshit. In good conscience, with God watching,
How
you
would
would
you
not
say
shoot a
that with us on
380-inch caribou.
He
60
shot
yards
him a
broadside.
freaking turkey at 50 yards. What are you talking about? He saw the freaking turkey on camera at 50 yards.
That was a
Shut
turkey.
up. Yeah, you're going to.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So, does a turkey? So a turkey has a soul, and a caribou doesn't, or a caribou has a soul and a turkey doesn't?
No, I have to. I really what it is. I would shoot it at 80 if I started missing it at 20. Like once I start shooting, I can take it out to. So I mean,
Like artillery?
That makes sense.
I got warmed up on the turkey at 20. Actually, I think I missed that turkey at like 15. So yeah, I mean, once you start, you don't stop. I mean, I don't know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, mom doesn't like a quitter. Yeah, you don't want to quit.
That makes sense.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm out of the game a little bit now. You know, I haven't shot one in a few years, but these were some of the things that always kind of made me like, I wonder what happened, right? I as far as like what changed. So.
Well, I mean, not everybody's. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of opinions. You know, what's right, what's wrong. I don't know. I mean, there's so much that goes on now. I'm just out of it. But you know, there's definitely
Chris,
a case to be.
You do watch Instagram at a high level for not having Instagram.
I don't watch it.
He'll send you links. Look at this. I'm like, Chris, I thought you were off Instagram.
If I
get one more Bomar link, no.
That's funny. Okay, hold on one sec here. My partner in crime, Jerry, is calling me. So, talk a little bit about whatever, all that different stuff. With how do I want to put this?
You're worse than Chris.
Yeah, oh yeah, I like to bounce around. So, time has gone on. Some things changed. Some have stayed the same. The Ashby theory got brought up a lot in the last few years, like Light Arrow, Randy Cooling, good friend, one of the fucking best dudes I've ever met. Shoots a 465 grain arrow or some crazy shit, shoots a light arrow. You kind of shoot what you shoot. Cody, you go off the deep end and finite tuning, whatever else. But, at the end of the day, to me, you're probably best to find a bow, correct draw length, comfortable poundage, find a good arrow setup with somewhere in the 175 to 250 grain range up front, turn off the internet, and learn how to hunt. That, Chris, that's been more your methodology of like just go hunting and figure it out. But in that last few years, has kind of the message changed, right? Like or is there? I haven't got on any traditional archery forums or anything else, or is the message still kind of crazy? Like what's going on now with that?
I have no idea. I don't.
It's a good place to be in.
I don't know what message is out there, but like I said, I don't know. I mean, I do what I do, but that's because that's what I was around. The guys I was around, I mean, that's kind of what I was brought up on. So, I mean, I don't really change it much. I mean, to me, hunting it's a different deal than shooting target archery. But I would say on the hunting end of it, it's like, I don't know if I can, take it too seriously. I mean, if I go out and have a bad day, don't get close enough or things, then I got to go out tomorrow and hunt again. Like I just, it's kind of keep after it and you're probably going to be successful. So, I mean, I don't really want to get too wound up with, making mistakes or not getting a shot or something happen. Like it's to me, it's just kind of keep pushing along and keep doing it. And you're probably going to be successful at it. And
Cody sorry, Chris.
And you hunt the same way, like you you get out there and you just keep freaking pounding it, and the more you pound it, the more time you spend out there, you're probably going to be successful. I mean, you can't live off of yesterday. If you missed a shot or whatever, like you're not laying under a tree freaking crying.
I mean, I got 9 concussions where I've lost memory. I got a short-term memory. I missed. I forgot about it by the time I got to the truck. But Cody, has the message changed in the last 5 years, 3 years? Or is it kind of all the same?
I don't frequent the forums anymore or the Facebook groups. I got on them for that speech I did in Missouri to see what the topics were, and they're actually just as bad as they ever were. I got on there, and a guy that was new to trad hunting made a bad shot, posted about it, and just got berated on Traditional Archery Society Facebook group, right? And if one guy told him to go back to using a rifle, it was just terrible. And I used these examples when I was talking to the group. I'm like, look around, you don't see young people in here. You don't see young people in here because they don't have a sportsman's club to go to, right? They're online, and this is how they get treated online. And the very next thing I looked at was a guy asked, does it matter to shoot split or 3-under if the bow's tilted another way? And the first, just shut up and shoot your bow. People are just pretty shitty online. And our community online is very, very different than they are in person. It's great to go to these events where there's people because it recharges your battery, because you find out these guys are actually really good folks, nice guys. Some of them are well accomplished and some of them aren't, but they're good folks. But online, it's just as you can go there, and that's where the people that do nothing hang out, man. They're not going away.
Like Cheeto dust stuck in the titties, kind of a thing.
And just gunning a guy down because he made a bad shot, and I'm like, who hasn't made a bad shot? And to tell him he needs to go back to using a rifle. What I say to people now when I talk, I see more anti-hunters and hunters than I do anti-hunters. And when I debate with anti-hunters, they're much more reasonable than a hunter who's anti-hunter. And I actually don't think I've lost a debate with an outsider anti-hunter. They can't really defend their position. But I see more anti-hunting from people that hunt. And it's not just trad, and we all got them. I mean, if rifles got them and all that, but it's just nonsense. I mean, if you want to go do and learn, go do. You're not going to learn online.
And not to be weird, but I say weird, but Tom Klum, the way he explained it to me in the beginning is like your journey with traditional archery is yours and yours alone, and it's what you do with it. Don't worry about anyone else, whether you shoot gap, whether you shoot instinctive. This is your journey. And kind of like, if you get into, whatever, religion, Christianity, the Lord, right? Your journey with God is your journey alone, and it's what you do with it. And I have definitely come to agree with Tom 100% that you do what you want to do, and don't worry about everyone else, because, it's your life and your journey, and you want to have fun with it. So whatever you choose to do, whether that's to screw a sight on a riser or shoot carbon arrows or use a rangefinder or whatever else, it's what you want to do to make you happy, not what is going to make everyone else, happy. And I think that's probably the best wisdom I could give anybody getting into it, because it's, it is difficult, right? It's not the easiest thing in the world to, grab a stick bow and be accurate and, actually hit what you're aiming at.
It's a nightmare. Yeah. It's not as difficult. It's a nightmare. I mean, you drive back from some long highways where you drive back with an empty cooler. And it's all your fault. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, you really can't blame anyone. But so
I tried.
What's that?
I said I've tried. It's always the same guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, you're looking at him in the mirror the whole damn time, so that makes it even worse. But out of curiosity, Chris, I know you've shot. Cody, I kind of know. What you've shot in your favorite, but like, I get asked this question constantly. World's ending, last bow ever. Like, what are you choosing? What is your bow of choice for the rest of your life?
This would be good with Chris. Yeah, Chris.
Mister,
I don't do anything except freaking bows all the time. Go ahead, Chris.
Do what?
Go ahead.
Say it again, Cody.
Go ahead.
The last bow I'm going to shoot. I mean, my bow Ever and ever? Is that what the question is?
No, if you could
Yeah.
choose one bow, just one bow, what would it be?
Yeah, one bow.
I mean, I'm pretty partial to those 50 style recurves, so I probably am going to stick with my
Gay.
50 winger.
It's like shooting a 308 for fucking
Wait,
long range, man.
what's a 50s wingard?
The old school. Yeah, 50 style winger recurve.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm not
That's
just going to have
prob-
recurve, and I'm not just going to have trad guys listen to this. So, explanation: what is a 50 style recurve?
Well, I mean, I think Widow makes one too. They make that I don't know, PSR or whatever precision. There you go.
Take a look.
You're saying it doesn't have the buckhorns on it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I like those longbow style, that 59 Kodiak style. Like I like those. There you go. Okay, you're
Right
on
here?
it. There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's my style.
So, would you shoot a widow or which one?
No, you just said the wingard.
Probably
Okay, you said winger.
probably shoot that old school. I mean, if I
Okay,
could
gotcha.
only pick one, that's probably the one I'd pick.
Now, is that because you worked with Trent on that?
I'll be honest with you. It's just I shoot it well. Like I shoot it well. Like if I
Is that because you worked with Trent on that?
Hey, it's really not me. It was Trent built the bow and it shoots good.
No. If you were
no,
there,
no, Trent-
if you were there, it's a self bow. You can say it's a self bow if you were in the room.
That's what Bomar did, I think. I think Bomar's fucking totally fucked over Trent. Didn't mention Trent at all.
a mile wide.
I mean,
The,
it doesn't. I mean, if I got to pick one, that's probably the one I pick, just because that's what I've been shooting.
And then broadhead. What
probably
broadhead?
80, 90. I'd probably stick with the Zwickies. I'd probably
And then-
stick with those Zwickies.
And then arrow.
Stick with my old school freaking carbons.
Gotcha. Now the
Isn't it funny?
Zwickies. Yeah, I know, Chris. I mean, for a dude that's not sponsored, you totally sold out there. Like that was a total sales pitch.
I mean, shamelessly.
Oh, good.
Hey, I
Yeah.
support my friends. What am I supposed to do?
Your friends, that's you.
Hey, me.
You ain't helping Trent out. You ain't helping Trent out.
Oh shit.
Trent's busy.
Yeah, Trent's got a 3.5 year lead time.
I'm helping Trent out.
He don't
Trent's,
need my help.
Trent's,
I was gonna say we'll be on our 2 presidents from now before we get a bow from Trent. That's the only negative thing about him. Everything else.
that's why you can't talk about him too much because it takes more of the weight. But no, he's helping Trent
shit.
out. That's old school.
All right, so you're going to shoot the Chris Parrino arrow and the Chris Parrino bow and Zwickies.
There you go.
The old raccoon.
And then which wiki? There's only 27 options. Which one?
He doesn't know.
The deltas is pretty much all I've ever shot. 2-blade delta.
You just carry a file with you, and I mean, this is no bullshit. You just carry a file with you, and you don't get those like shaving sharp. Before we go to Cody, talk about that, like your methodology on that, on the sharpening as wikis and like what you do, because it's more of the Fred Bear-esque style sharpening.
Yeah, no, I just sharpen them with the file and get it. I mean, it's not a smooth sharp for sure. It's kind of a rough sharp, but I mean,
Obviously that's been very successful for you. Do you believe that that's the wound channel does not heal up as quick, like it more trauma, or it's just worked and that's what you're in with?
yeah, I mean, it just works, and that's what I mean, I don't, if that doesn't work, then I probably done, there's something more to it than I needed to sharpen it more, like I've, not put the arrow where I needed to do, or like something, I mean, there's something else probably that's failed, but I'm not shaving my beard off with it. I don't need to be sharp for 15 minutes. I need to be sharp for 7-8 inches. So, I mean, I don't, and I just, I've not had an issue at this point. I mean, is there something better? Maybe, but
Well, no, I
there's
mean,
not enough of a difference for me to want to switch.
dude, I'm not criticizing you because I mean, you have killed enough to where no one can
He's right.
criticize what you're doing, like what you're doing works. And so some of this is just to add context for people listening in to not overthink it, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like I bring my sharpener, you grabbed what you had, like we were at Scotty's, you sharpened them up. You know, so I mean, if it works, it works, and I mean, the proof's in what you've done. So, having said that, moving to Cody, who's tried everything on the planet, last bow, what are you picking?
Wait a minute, Chris. What you use a special file, and it does help. What's that file that you use? The type of file? I can't remember the name of it.
Fuck, I know
like
what
a
you're talking about because I bought one after he showed
Six
me.
inch knife file. It's a
It's a knife file.
Nicholson knife file.
Yeah,
Is it a Nicholson?
I don't know, Nick. I think it's a Nicholson.
It's
like a knife. Like a knife file.
It does help get that edge on there, and for the record, I think he's spot
It's
on.
thinner on. I mean, the file is kind of like it's like tapered like a knife. Like on one side, it's a little thinner than the other side. But I mean, I've used just a regular.
But if you
Wow.
use it, you can see how it's shaped. It is Nicholson. See how it's shaped like a knife, kind of. If you use that, you get a better edge on those things. It was a good tip. And
Yeah, I mean, also, you know, which is important, you feel like Fred Bear when he's hunting, you know, dull sheep, but it's that one, right?
yeah.
Is
That's
that it, Chris?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, you
Is that
watch
like
those
is
Fred
that a
Bear-
6 inch? Is that a 6 inch? 6 inch?
That's what
6
she
inch or
said.
8 inch?
This is a 12.
Yeah, that's probably a little. I'd go.
They
with
don't
like
have
a
to
6
ask
or-
me that.
6
I
or
can
an
tell
8.
you that right now. Yeah, they've got 5 1/4, 8 inch. They got a bunch of different options.
Yeah,
but like you can
probably
see in
the
those
6
Fred
or
Bear
8.
videos. Yeah, those Fred Bear videos. You know what I mean? He's doing the same thing on the side of the mountain, sharpening them up. So I mean it. You know, it works.
When I sharpen my like those Zwickies when they come are not like I don't put every
just
Zwicky
say
in
it,
my
Chris. They're dull as fuck, and the angles are like 28 degrees and 72. They're the most fucked up broadhead when you buy them.
Exactly, but you sort through them and you find the ones that work, and then once I sharpen them and get them to the angle I want, it doesn't take much to like resharpen them. So that's
Yeah.
pretty much my methodology.
And they're cheap too. They're not super expensive. I mean, I don't know what.
You know, if I get one that I can't get to spin or fly, it's I just go to the next one. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Denny
He shot the
Deltas.
I think he shot the No Mercies.
Eskimo?
No
Mercies.
No Mercies.
No mercies.
Yeah, and he shot those forever. I don't know if that's what he shoots now, but he shot them forever.
Well, and the No Mercy and the Deltas, fairly. I mean, little different shape,
close.
but pretty similar broadhead. I mean, they're not. You can sharpen them. They're not. I mean, they're fairly easy to sharpen. They can sharpen them in the field. They hold an edge long enough to get the job done? That's all I know. It's all I care about. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some times that I go to my tree stand and I might shoot every arrow in my quiver. I gotta wash it off and sharpen it back up and get back after it. But I mean, but again, once they're sharp, they're just pretty easy to touch up and get back into working order as far as I'm concerned.
And those are wide. Those are 1 3/8. So it's a big head he uses.
Gotcha. All right, so Cody,
So for the record,
same question.
I think Chris is spot on, even on the edge. I think a toothy edge can be advantageous, but people need to understand Chris puts a real toothy edge on there. It's not a dull toothy edge. Not everybody can do that with a file. And I've said it before. I'm not sure broadheads are the most important thing, but if I were choosing mine, it would be Black Widow PMA. I've used it for a long time now. It always goes with me. And then I would stick with an iron wheel broadhead more than likely. Just because I don't want to be sharpening broadheads while I'm out there, I'd rather just put them in and use them. But honestly, I also believe that you shoot 100 animals with Zwickey, you shoot 100 animals with anything else. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's going to be the deciding factor as much as I thought 5 years ago. A lot of my theories 5 years ago haven't held water.
Gotcha. So, okay. So, well, with both, I'm going to throw a shout out to both Black Widow and, Trent Wingard. So with, people ask me this, and it's, by far the Black Widow PSA is kind of like my bow. I've had, whatever, a lot of these animals surrounding me, I killed with the Black Widow. It's got mojo for me, right? That's the big thing. Like I've shot tons of bows. Trent makes an amazing bow. Trent's is one of the best bows I've ever shot. There's some other bows that are kind of substandard as far as the build or whatever, but I would say for me, Black Widow is and I'm looking at it now because I'm going to order one this week, a PSA. With having said that, let's talk about those companies real quick, and I'll go left to right again. Cody, Black Widow, my relationship with them is like yours. Amazing people, great family, easy to deal with, make a great bow. But you're in their homeland, right? So, I mean, you've shot a Black Widow forever, haven't you?
Who was that to? Chris or me?
It should have been to you unless I said Chris, but Cody, you've shot Black Widows forever.
My very first custom bow was a Black Widow that Dad bought me, and it was a PA in Greenleaf, the Greenwood for Greenwood, and luckily it shot well. That was before I tested a bunch of bows, and I fell in love with it. And then after I started testing bows, the cream rises to the top, and Wingard, Tolkien, Black Widow all rose to the top immediately, right? And their customer service, their customer service is 100% rock solid. Something happens to the bow, even if it's your fault, those guys usually take care of it. That's important. And they build very, very, very consistent bows, and they're good folks. It's hard not to like them.
All right. So Chris, what made you go to Trent?
Well, I mean, I'm super good friends with Toby and most of them guys at Widow. I mean, what Cody said is exactly, those guys are super good guys. There's no question, and they make great bows. Widow is, here in Illinois, all the guys I grew up with shot Widows for sure. And, when I started back in the 90s, or early, back in 80, the early 80s, then I got into building bows in like early 90s. So I shot my own bows through, bows I built through 2000 or 2007. 7 is kind of when I switched and started shooting other stuff. But Trent's been just a super good friend. Like he's a friend. Toby, those guys at Widow. I know most of them as well, and they are super good people. Like if you want a good custom bow, you really can't go wrong. And I'm sure there's other guys out there, building, some quality custom bows. I'm just, I don't dive into ordering a bunch of different bows. I don't shoot a bunch of different bows, but that's kind of the world.
You went up to Trent. You went up to Trent and designed that bow, and then
I didn't go up. It was
how many bows have you had over the last 3 years? I don't shoot many bows. How many bows have you had over the last 3 years? Not paid. I know that number's low. How many bows have you had over the last 3 years?
I got 2 or 3 of Trent's bows, and I got 2 or 3 Widows.
Yeah. He's just as sick as everybody.
So Trent told me that by the time you were done designing the grip, you copied me. That's what Trent told me.
Well, I did.
You had a Snyder grip by the time it was done.
You didn't. You were getting out. I figured that the grip needed to live on. Actually, that's kind of funny because when I ordered, I got a takedown, a Widow from Black Widow, and when I got done with that, it ended up being a Snyder grip too. Like I didn't know it at the time. I'm like, hey, I like this right here. Like, oh, that's a Snyder grip.
I bet you shit in your hand and clapped after that, didn't you? Did Toby give you shit?
I'm like, well, he ain't in it no more. Let's call it the Parrino.
No shit. Well, no, I mean, the only downside with Trent is the lead time. I mean,
Yeah,
the bow is amazing.
His bows are amazing, and some of the best. That's the reason I don't push on it hard, because he don't need help. He's got a lot of downtime.
Yeah, no, and I've told him that. I'm like, one of the reasons I don't talk about your bows as much as I normally would is the lead time. Now, again, having said that, mojo is a big thing, right? You shoot whatever you're comfortable with, and I just had so many great things in different, shooting mule deer at 13,000 feet or elk coming, whatever, right? I mean, so I just had a lot of good mojo with the Widow, but there's so many options on the market today. It does get intimidating for people, because I still get a lot of trad questions today, and I mean, guys are like, hey, what do you think of this or that or whatever? And I mean, there's a lot of good bows on the market, but there's not that many really good bows on the market, and Cody can talk into that more. But I mean, when you're talking about limb alignment and shit like that, it gets a little bit dicey when you look at like real craftsmanship. So
yeah, it's hard to find repeatable good bows from a bowyer, and yeah, they're good folks, and when I test them, to be fair, I loved my Widow before I started testing, but when I started testing, I realized why. But you got to love the bowyer and the bow, really.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Tolkien makes a great bow. Widow makes a great bow. Wingard, obviously, and they're all great people.
I had a big stick I got recently, and I actually, for a longbow, I did like that big stick, and it tuned quickly, and he's a great guy as well. And I mean, honestly, the only downside to that, it had too much poundage. Like for a big, dude that's all whatever yoked up, dude, I mean, you hit 58, 56 for me. I mean, we've gone past my pay grade. I don't like shooting more than 55, 56 pounds. We get past that. I don't like it.
Parrino shot my bow at the show. He goes, this feels like a girl's bow. This feels like a kid's bow. It's 44.
How many pounds do you shoot, Chris? What are you at, 55 or so?
No, I'm probably 52, 53, somewhere in there. Like it's about 10 pounds more. 10 pounds more than Cody shoots.
Those shoulders go click, 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 pop, and he breaks that shot. He's got that double trigger click in the shoulders.
Yeah, I needed like a 60-inch arrow to shoot sinking Cody's bow, because by the time I pulled it, I was
He actually hit the corner of his mouth.
8 foot back before I had any tension in the bow.
He hit a line and got scared.
Well, we're talking about being old. Chris, how old are you?
58, 59, going to be 59 here, and
That's the way it works. If you're 58, you're going to be 59.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I'm 48. I'm going to be 49. It's weird how it all works that way.
I was going to say, Cody and I are pretty close to the same age, but Chris, what's gone on you is your knees, hasn't it? That's what's catching up with me. Your knees.
My knees are really killing me.
Have you had surgery on them yet, or?
No, I'm going to stay away from that as long as I can.
Well, fuck, Chris, you're going to die soon. How much longer is that? Like, what's it look like? What's the knee guy saying, or have you went to a knee guy?
No, I can't afford that, man. I'm
Here we go.
too poor for that. No, I'm going to go until
insurance.
yeah. I'm going to go until I can't. I'm a little. I mean, I've talked to a lot of guys. I mean, I've talked to guys that have had knee replacements, and some of them are, do it, but ugh.
All I'm saying is, like, I had my meniscus worked on, but yours is probably, I'm assuming, bone on bone, right?
I don't know. I don't want to know. Yeah, no,
you're fucking retarded. You should probably go to a knee guy and figure it out, because like Synvis and like some of the technology, you might be able to milk it out even longer. Because like mine, I'm bone on my left knee, and they inject Synvis, which is like a lubricant, not surgery. And that'll, because he told me, I'm like you, he's like, you got X amount of time and you're done, right? And so that like will lengthen it. And it's not a surgery. Like they'll go in and they just inject this big syringe of lubricant. So not that I'm, trying to be your dad, but I mean, you might want to, pony up and go see a surgeon. see what he says.
Man, I gotta,
mean,
I gotta get them 2 freaking breakfasts and dinners paid for here last week. Before I can go.
The next podcast is, this podcast is brought to you by Dr. Williams out of Illinois. He'll be trying to get his knees done for free.
Chris, is this more of fear that you don't want to go because you don't want to know?
Pretty much.
I know your ass isn't poor, so is it you just don't want to know what they're going to say?
I don't. Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, I was at the doctor here about 2 months ago, and they kind of brought that up, but I didn't call it what you called it. They called it something else, but that's probably the same thing. Like some kind of, there wasn't a cortisone shot. It was some kind of lubricant or something, but they didn't talk about it.
I'm just saying it's helped me. I went all last year and did not have a knee problem. And 2 years prior, I could barely walk coming off the mountain. And last year, I was good to go. Like with all the elk and sheep and shit and all the stuff I didn't have an issue. And I got a cortisone shot 2 years ago. I did not get one last year. I just got the
Did that work for you? Did that cortisone work for you?
Yeah, so keep in mind, I'm like you. I'm trying to give her all I got, right? And so unless I need cortisone, I don't get it. I got it one time, and then last year I got it may not have been Synvisc what I got, but I got the lubricant in there, and I had Celebrex, like an anti-inflammatory, and some ketorolic, and then I would just, when I had hard days, I would take a ketorolic, which is like tramadol. But I didn't even have to do that very often and had no knee pain. Was good to go. So not trying to be your daddy, but you might want to look at, possibly maybe, getting that injected into your, knee, or two.
And some peptides.
3 weeks, 1 a week.
I've done the cortisone shot, but it just never did anything. Like it didn't seem like it did anything. But
that's what I got the one, but the Synvisc or the lubrication, helped quite a bit.
Right. I'm just kind of afraid of that needle, to be honest with you.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm definitely not afraid of needles. It's because what's my buddy say? I'm a roided out freak, so I'm used to needles. I'm a roided out poaching freak, right? So I'm used to needles.
Yeah, man. I'm just a little guy. I'm afraid of them.
Just look away, right?
They're sharper than your broadheads. Don't worry. When they go straight, they don't turn them in sideways. Like
it's quick. Yeah. Besides that, just don't just keep your hand closed. Oh. You'll be fine. But
it may get to that point for sure.
Body falling apart yet? Or are you good?
No, peptides and sleep and.
He don't do nothing. He's thinking napped all day today.
I do take a nap every day.
Can he be wore out?
I do take a nap every day.
He went and tuned people's bows this weekend and took a nap for 2 days.
I did take a nap, yeah. I'm a big napper.
I'm assuming, Chris, since you're frugal with your money, you don't take peptides or anything like that?
Dude, I don't even know what peptides are. You're talking over my head at this point.
Cody, we might have to have an offline conversation with Chris. Technology and the things that the world can help you do with your body are amazing. I think Cody and I take the same thing. There's, cartilage is cartilage, right? Bone on bone. You can't get around that. But BPC 157, TB 500, like peptides, that they certainly will help aging for sure. And when I say aging, like you'll milk some years out of your body and life.
It makes recovery a little bit easier, right? You still have to take it easy, but it makes a big difference.
Yeah. Chris,
get right on.
uncomfortable now.
Dude, I did good to get the sound turned on to my podcast where I can hear you. You guys are throwing peptides at me and stuff.
But it's literally like throwing rocks against the wall. I think it's just bouncing off, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
kind of like 90% of what Cody says.
You just stick to your Flintstone vitamins. Get your Flintstone vitamins every morning. You'll be good.
Oh shit! Before we get off here, do you either of you have any bigger hunts this year planned, or what you hope are going to maybe pan out on drawing tags?
I'm jobless, so no, I'm not planning on anything right now until I have a really good lease pending in Nebraska, but right now I'm hitting the brakes on everything until I get the priorities straight, get the job taken care of.
Yeah, no, I got nothing planned. I'm broke. I'm selling everything.
He's sitting on a private
So full of
ranch.
shit.
He's sitting on a private whitetail ranch in a private cabin that he owns.
Oh shit!
The only thing I
well,
own
other
in the
than-
world.
Other than whitetail, right? I mean, you're both going to hunt whitetail where you can, or whatever else, but nothing after that.
I mean, I'm going to hunt antelope with rotier. I'm going to try to get it. There's a really good lease in Nebraska. I'm going to try to get done for mule deer. But other than that, I got to play it safe.
Chris, you got points anywhere?
I do. I got a lot of points in Colorado, but I don't think I'm ever going to draw that tag. I've been trying to draw that 76 tag, but
There you go.
it's like I'm a point away. Yeah,
How
like
many do you
18.
have?
18. I got 18 this year. It's like I'm.
That's right. I've hunted
Do
that
what?
a few times with that. I've hunted that myself a few times with landowner tag.
I've wanted to hunt. I mean, that's the only unit I've ever wanted to draw, but I've been thinking about, switching it up and trying to go to a 49 or, just pick
Yeah, I was going
another
to say
unit.
49 might be the one you want to try to go after. You got Wyoming points at all?
Maybe 3 or 4. I burnt those a couple years ago. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I got
How'd that go?
up in Wyoming. It worked out really good. Actually, I was up by KC, Wyoming. I was on the Bighorn Range side. So
Yeah.
it was good. I mean, I killed a bull up there. That was back in 2018 maybe. But I mean, I had a bunch of, in Wyoming you can share, like if I had 12 points and you had 0 points, you can like share your points. So, you go in 6 and 6 and, so it's kind of a nice deal. But so I had a bunch of points in the unit I got. The unit I drew was like a 3-point unit, so I, some other guys had got tags off of, but, I just kind of swapped that out to get on the ranches I was on.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Well, we're getting close to 2 hours here. I'd say, Chris, tell everybody where they can find, where you're at, but that's not, they're not going to find you. Yeah. No. And hold on, shit. I gotta talk about the first time that I met Chris, where most people, grab the cell phone and show photos. Chris, you had an album.
I still got
So
that.
like
album.
the old school thing is a fact. Like you had a full on album, like back in the day. Like there was no you showing me photos of.
And you liked it, and you
animals
liked it too, didn't you? Did you like flipping through the pages?
Oh, it was like, it's like looking at an old Playboy now, right? I mean, you can, hop on your phone, but, it's nostalgic. Like the pages might stick together, but I mean, it's cool. But you, I'm trying to, that's pretty funny, but I forgot about that book. You open that and I'm like, this motherfucker is old school. Like, you literally, hey, take a look at this. And I'm like, you just carry this book around? Like, for fuck's
Did
sake.
he have it with him? Did he have it with him?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it was an impressive book, but I'm like,
Where were
dude,
you at?
You gotta
Where were you-
fucking
it was
listen
up
to
in
me.
It was up in Kalamazoo.
Yeah, I think I was like the keynote in Kalamazoo or something, and he was showing me. I mean, it was cool, but I mean, the whole time I'm thinking, you got a cell phone, you can, put that shit on there. But
Yeah,
get the truck?
they look bigger when they're 8x10s, though.
yeah, it's a valid point. Yeah. But Cody, where can everybody find your info at?
Instagram's the easiest. It's the Trad Lab, and I'm also on Facebook under the Trad Lab. And then, of course, the tuning series at the Push Archery Center of Knowledge. They look at tuning for the for the diehard bow hunter like Chris Parrino. If I can get Chris Parrino tuned, I can get anybody tuned, and that happens. So we're good.
Hey, just just so you know, this last weekend we were out there and Cody's like, hey, he says, can you loosen up these knocks? I'm like, well, yeah, just take these. My knocking pliers loosen the knocks. I said, well, just take them and twist the knock. So he hands me the bow and the pliers and then pulls out his phone and starts taking pictures. Oh, he's tuning. He's
Too late. It's already been on Instagram.
Total setup.
Oh shit, that's funny. Well, no BS. I mean, getting you two on, I had a bunch of people ask about it, and both of you guys I consider very good friends. You're both pretty damn fun to hang out with in camp. Chris, you have a much higher patience level than I do when it comes to like spot and stock, but it's funny to argue with you. So anytime I'm at camp with you, I'm like just ready for what conversation we're going to have and how many times you're going to say nothing's for nothing.
Nothing's for nothing.
Nothing's for nothing. That's nothing's for nothing, Chris Parrino. That's my name,
It's like road tears 100%. 100%.
I thought it was you got a 1-on-1.
That's your other one. Yeah, you got a 1-to-1. Yeah. But no, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys hopping on the podcast, and it's been great. And hanging out with you guys is always fun. So hopefully we can all do a hunt together again with Scotty. Hopefully, because obviously he's a hoot. But thank you guys for hopping on the podcast.
I appreciate you having us on, and it was enjoyable.
For sure. I'm mad. I'm the only one that was drinking. So, all right, I'm going to hit stop. Do not get off because this fucker's got to download and it's technology I don't understand. But everybody, I appreciate you tuning in. Cody Greenwood, Chris Parrino, and I will see you on the next podcast.